There we go.
Oh yes, let me not talk about my job.
Yeah.
Hmm.
All right. Does anybody want to recap? Does anyone actually like love recapping? No. I always feel like it's such a hard question to ask a group.
I'm just a dumb kid. I don't remember anything.
I wrote not much great notes. I also don't write great notes. In my other campaign, there's a guy who's like basically stenographer when type notes. It's kind of ridiculous.
Oh, so you'll take notes in your other game, but not
Oh,
in the.
he takes no, 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 no,
Oh, the
no.
other player
I
does.
no
Okay,
another player. Like
got
it's
it.
ridiculous how much notes. Like he takes notes for people that aren't there, and they're ridiculous.
Well, I
Oh,
think that's some people's joy.
He likes it. And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay. He even
Is
writes battle notes. Like I kid you not, he tells us the damage rolls and how much is
wow.
it's intense. And I was just like, you do
I have I
that?
have
He was like, yeah,
I have mixed
don't you?
feelings
And
about
I was
that.
like,
So he's a spy.
Yep.
Uh,
no, he's studying to be a, well, I think he's now officially he passed the bar to be a lawyer.
oh well. I just remember Gigi did a sick Tokyo drift, and got us closer to something floating thing.
I think that's honestly the basic premise of what did
Hmm.
That's
happen there.
fantastic. All right. So, Mr. Giovanni, unless you're gonna pass, I'll give it a shot.
Uh, I mean, I can tell you what I remember of the situation. I mean, aside from the fact that that I feel like Mark has a hidden agenda here that he didn't share with his colleague and what's the term I'm looking for, protege, Rick Giovanni, about what was actually going on. We're a deal that he was working on the side, or that he was trying to get through Wayland-Yutani, related to the mining of tritium gas out near Heliostat station, getting that station back up and running. Wayland said, "Nope, we don't want to do that," and Mark failed to let us know that that was the situation, and then recruited all of our team, except for his daughter, who just kind of snuck onto the ship, rammed us through customs, or got us out there lickety split, and put us on a shuttle and launched us into space before we knew what was going on, because it was damn important that we get out there and really get things going right now. The price of tritium gas is going down as we speak. So we get on the shuttle, launch into space, um, get out near Heliostat station. When we come out of cryo, um, we are we find that there's like a debris field around Heliostat, and there's the LV-908 is just a total mess, really rough spot. We're all kind of like sick and dealing with that. And then we realize that, oh, Mark failed to give us a pilot, but it's a damn good thing that we got Gigi with us, because she's pretty nimble, and she was able to like launch us into the or get us to where we needed to be. In the meantime, while she was figuring that all out, um, Rick managed to blow his credentials on Mother
Mhm.
when he did some investigating, and blew that any opportunity that he's got to actually getting a promotion now, as he figured out that, oh, Wayland-Yutani does not endorse this project. We are basically on our own out here with no ability to reach back to anybody, and the defense systems of the heliostat are active, and if we get a little bit too close, we're going to be blown out of the water, so, or blown out of space. So we need to get onto a derelict vessel that we found floating in the debris field. We're going to need to take that down planet side and restart. No, no, no. We decided that we were going to actually try to get that. Well, I guess you guys will have to remind. We're going to get the derelict vessel, and then our option was either go planet side and try to restart the communications array, or attempt to dock with heliostat directly. And I think the decision had been that we were going to actually cross the debris field and try to dock directly, um, with heliostat. And I can't remember, why did we think that was going to work when its defense systems are up? Or
Uh,
did we determine
It was
that that
because
was
it
going to?
wasn't close enough
I
to
thought
the
I thought it had a code. right? A transponder code or something.
So, okay, so I think there's a small misunderstanding there. You
Yeah.
guys are currently docking with a derelict ship in the debris field.
Yeah.
Okay,
Not,
but
not
wasn't
Helios,
it
not Heliostat station.
wasn't it with the intent of taking the ship directly into Heliostat, or it wasn't to go to the planet, was it?
The goal is
but-
to get the transponder off the derelict, which
Okay.
will give your ship the friend masking. So
Gotcha.
ideally, then at that point, Heliostat's automated defenses will not shoot you out of the sky.
We're getting a beacon.
Yep, you're throwing on like a green hat on your ship.
Easy
Yep.
pass.
Yeah, and Heliostat
Green.
only shoots at red hats.
Makes sense.
Does that make
Right.
sense? Does it make sense?
Did we ever give our ship a name beyond the ship?
I think
Oh,
I
it was
called
the
it
Hermes.
Hermes.
The
It was the
Hermes.
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 Yeah.
Yep. Not the herpes, the Hermes.
Not the Hermes. And it's a pretty generic mid to long range medium hauling freighter.
Yeah.
And we've described that there's obviously a cryo sleep area. There's a mess hall, a med bay, a mother terminal, and the cockpit. And that's all above, like the that's the office level of the ship. And then below is where you have like access to storage and towing capabilities, industrial stuff.
Mechanical. Yeah.
Speaking of which, we should also go over what supplies you guys have found on the Hermes, because it's not without. So I do want to do the supply thing that we talked about before, where anything that you guys would logically think would be on the Hermes, given its profile, we can roll like Hermes supply, which I think I'll put at 5, and then roll the dice and see if your supply dwindles. Which is just a way to like fast track you guys, like digging through like foot lockers and into like corners and cubbies of the ship, because we did establish that the Hermes did belong to some crew, although a lot of the personal effects of it have been scrubbed off, presumably by Mark.
Roll a what?
A supply.
What die are we rolling?
It'll be 5 dice. 5 stress dice, and on any
Gotcha.
ones, the supply will dwindle.
You're doing that right now?
Nope.
No, it's a
Oh.
shared resource, Miguel.
Yep.
So like we have, whenever we want something, we would roll all five dice. If any of them come up a 1, then the pool degrades.
Yeah. So the people in cryosleep would get screwed and we'd be okay.
Exactly. Exactly. But without having to dig into that supply, there's some gear on board. I'm going to read off a list, and I can post it somewhere if that helps. There's 5 compression suits, Mark 50 compression suits, spacesuits, basically, with air supply 5 each.
That's lucky.
There's a motion tracker,
Ooh, always good.
a cutting torch, a bolt gun. In the first mate's office, you guys found a pistol. Whoever went digging in the industrial area below found a harpoon grappling gun.
Ooh.
And an incinerator unit with 2 reloads. And
Don't give the kid any guns.
right. And near
Hey, little lady, you want a pistol?
I want the flamethrower.
everyone's gonna start somewhere.
You said incinerator what?
Incinerator unit.
Oh.
And then in the what you call it? In the cargo bay, you found a power loader. P5000 power loader. So all that stuff is quote unquote free. Anything else that you think could be on board can be found with the roll of the supply die. And then
I started with a cutting torch. Is that still normal?
yeah,
Okay, I was just wondering.
so now there's 2. And then I think it's
Ooh.
also worth noting that there's no failing the supply roll. So anytime you dip into it, you get what you're looking for. It's just a question of how much supply is left.
Mm.
And then the last thing we did, parking lot 1 question. That was Mike's question of healing in this
Oh,
game.
yeah.
Yep. Recovery. When you're no longer broken, so when you lose all your health, you're broken, which is you're like
Oh.
making death saves kind of a deal. You recover 1 point of lost health per turn, which is 5 to 10 minutes of rest. So health comes back really fast.
Oh, okay.
Critical injuries are another matter. You know, you're not healing like a broken leg in 10 minutes. Those kind of stay. That makes sense?
Yeah.
All right. Then we begin with where we left off, which I think GG Tokyo drifting the Hermes right up next to this short range mining vessel and extending, and someone figured out the button to extend the umbilical tunnel from the Hermes to the mining ship. And as it makes connection, so does Mother, ship to ship, and you're given a readout of the vessel that you've attached to. It's called the Jeremiad, Jeremiad. Its official designation is Mining Ship 0Z7-684. That's important to you. It has 3 decks. It's a short-range cargo hauling ship. A presumed crew of up to 10 people, but to fly needs only 3: pilot, astronavigator, and an engineer, and then 2 miners to operate. It has a drone bay at the front of it where it'll deploy those eye service drones that we talked about onto the surface of LV-908. They do the work.
Is this ship destroyed or, like it has pieces missing in any way, or is it intact from what we can tell?
I think that gets us to our first roll of the session.
Oh, no.
It sounds like a contact check
No.
to decrypt not decrypt, but to decipher the readout that Mother spits out. The dot matrix printer, as it like churns out stats about the Jeremiad.
I didn't mean to read this, but I'm gonna go ahead and read it.
Don't forget to add your stress. Your stress.
I did. I got 1 success.
Great. It's a mess. There's no atmosphere on board. It's got perforated hulls. What else is going on with it? Let me check more notes. The tritium cargo is decaying in an unstable way, making a radioactive danger midship. And there's some sort of malfunction with the eye service drones that are on board.
I relay that information to the crew.
It's kind of like the Roomba is not docking properly.
Those space Roombas aren't working very well.
And then I have a deck plan to share with you guys as soon as I figure out how.
Is there a count of eye service drones that Spencer had?
3.
There's about 3.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys see it in the chat?
Yes, let me find it. Ooh, fancy.
Nice.
Good job, Matt.
Oh, I
It's
didn't.
not a.
It's a randomized.
Matt, good job.
Thank you.
It's
Also,
not all phallic shape.
I was going to say the more I looked at it, the more phallic shaped it is.
Those are not balls and a tip. That's perfectly normal ship.
That's exactly what Gigi says.
So there's 3 decks, 3 levels. The 2 smaller levels on either side are the escape pods are on the bottom of the ship, and then you have like the main level, and then you go up a level to get to the steerage compartment and that viewing port at the top. The
What was the ship?
umbilical. So go ahead.
What was the name? What was the name of the ship?
The
The
Jeremiad.
penis? Oh, okay.
The phallus, yeah.
The phallus.
The phallus.
Full of fallacies.
Supposedly those cargo containers on either side of like the southern end of the main level are where the tritium is stored. So it stands to reason that that whole half, the whole back half of the shaft, is radioactive.
I mean, sometimes that happens.
Yeah, that happens. One edit I did to make to the map is that in the steerage compartment is a cryo bay. So some of those bunks are actually cryo tubes.
Okay.
So the middle is cryo, but the far south ones are bunks.
Okay.
So,
Does that make
so
sense?
as far as the tritium goes, is that in the containers that are marked fuel? Is that truly fuel?
The fuel
in the
is
middle
fuel,
there.
but the tritium is
Okay.
as the containers on the exterior of the ship.
Oh, on the outside. I
Mhm.
see.
Yep.
The ball sack.
Exactly. The balls. That's where the tritium. This tritium is stored in the balls.
The
Right.
perineum.
Yeah. Now, the last
Oh.
thing to share is that the head of the shaft
Hmm.
is a drone control module. So you see like the 5.
Yeah.
Yep. That's where the iService drones would be launched to the surface and managed by engineers.
No, Matt, you just couldn't. Yeah.
You did this to yourself, man.
You did this on purpose.
I'm leaning into it now. Yeah.
And
Your umbilical connects to the
then
cargo
there's an
door.
umbilical. That's
Mhm.
exciting too. You
Mhm.
just walk.
Mhm.
It leads to the cargo elevator, you said?
The cargo, one of the cargo doors.
Oh, I see. Never mind.
It's that big open space.
Do you think maybe we should have this motion tracker with us? Maybe there's something with it was robots or what did you say?
Roombas.
Drones. Something with malfunctioning drones, making sure I don't know what type of malfunction it is. Eh?
So I think Rick is, obviously we established this was like his first time in space, and he's not skilled like you are with anything. He's like, well, why would we need to risk damage to equipment? I mean, it's like you said, it's a derelict ship, right? There's not even any atmosphere over there. Why don't you just like go over there and patch up the holes, and
Oh.
then grab the transponder and away we go, lickety
Oh.
split, right?
Is that what you want us to do?
Us. This is too dangerous for me.
But adventure, Gigi.
Yeah,
What are you doing
Tokyo
encouraging
drifted.
her?
Because
Just-
she's never experienced going out into zero G atmosphere and seeing what it's like. It's really cool.
Yeah, just give me a gun. That'll be okay.
Yeah, I saw one down below. There was a how strong are you?
She's
Can
actually
you
pretty
handle a
strong.
harpoon gun?
Yeah, she has a 4 strength. She's
Oh, wow.
almost
Wow.
max.
You've been lifting weights, I can tell, little
She's a
little
gymnast.
one.
Damn.
What are they putting in the cafeteria food?
I was gonna say, I don't know that Rick wants to mess with.
I don't
Gigi.
think she goes to
I don't.
public
Yeah,
school.
maybe Rick couldn't tell Gigi she couldn't come along.
She's strong armed.
I don't know if Xander could have told
Yeah.
Gigi she couldn't come along.
Yeah, I mean, she probably has never missed a meal, and she's a gymnast. So, an Olympic gymnast, I think is what we established.
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wait, you mean I saw you on the television that one time and you were swinging on the bars? That was
Most
you?
likely. Probably.
Wow. That's impressive. Wow.
I still don't understand how your dad just let you. Does your dad even know you're here, Gigi?
Of course. Why wouldn't he?
Didn't
I'm
we
his
see him
favorite
walk
daughter.
by each other?
Because we are literally millions of miles from home. After how long were we in cryo?
Let's call him. Let's
Months.
see what he says.
Months, you
I'd
said?
love to give your dad a call. I've got some things to talk over with him.
Yes,
Oh,
good luck. Good
but
luck with that.
unfortunately, we can't do that right now.
Oh, too bad, so sad. So maybe I should go to the other ship.
I'll go with you, I guess.
Whoa,
Unless you
whoa,
want to
whoa.
go by yourself, GG. I mean, that might be cool too.
What is wrong with you?
I
Are you an
mean,
adult man? Like, what is wrong with you?
He's a father to be.
I'm almost an adult.
Yeah, you get the sense that this is probably the first time she's been unsupervised and like is excited to do all kinds of random dumb shit. So
I think
she's like,
that's, yeah, I can tell.
Right.
I just want to see what happens. Well, I'll go with her if you want me to go with her, boss.
Well, one, I'm not the boss, right? I mean, the boss is the one that put us on this trip, and
Well, you're the
we
one
got,
taking charge.
well, okay, so somebody's got to take charge, right?
All right, boss.
not me.
No, not you. You need to sit down. You feel like this is going to be a thing, this whole,
Campaign.
yeah. So, all right. I mean, I think if you guys are okay with it, maybe we transition to the, I think all of us want to go over to the
Oh, you
ship,
coming
right?
too? Oh, I wasn't expecting that.
Oh, I assume this argument was happening like in the changing room.
Right, exactly. I mean,
He's just
because
putting on a suit this whole time.
if I can't keep Gigi from going, I'm not going to let her go over there without me present, because I feel like Mark will hang me if I let something happen to his daughter.
Probably. Yeah.
Right. All right. So, all right, Gigi, you got it. Nope. That strap goes like over here. I think. I don't know. I've only done this in simulation.
I know what I'm doing.
Spencer, what? How do you do this thing?
Just watching. Let's see what happens. You know, I think that tube does go there.
I saw this on SpaceTube. I know how to do this.
Space tube was very
Space tube.
informative.
Space tube. You're wrong, dude.
All right, put our suits on.
Yeah.
Are we
So,
bringing anything else though?
yeah, what are you guys bringing? Do you need the list?
States,
Do you need the list again?
The compression suits. 3 out of 5.
Well, we're wearing compression suits, right?
Air supply
I mean,
5.
you said Spencer, you said, or Mike, you said you have a cutting torch already.
Yeah, I had that already as a starting item.
Do you? Okay, boy, I feel like we are not prepared for this. I guess we'll. I guess Rick. I definitely don't want to see Gigi with the gun, but she's probably better at range combat than any of us, given
I
her
agree.
agility.
No, she's close combat is where she has stuff. Although, yeah, agility wise, yeah, range combat.
She's close
But
combat,
she,
naturally. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you probably don't want to give a kid a gun, but maybe the motion tracker.
No, I don't.
Or the power loader. She's like excited. Oh, can I?
Oh, it might be exciting to give her she could do the motion tracker. That'd be a pretty nifty job for her.
Although she will take a gun if you give it to her. Just that way.
I'm not going to give her a gun. There's no way. I would.
Don't you
I
want me to
could
be
do
safe?
a sleight of hand roll and slide her the gun.
Well, yeah.
Do it. I want to see what happens.
Yeah. So, Gigi, are you taking the motion tracker then?
Sure, I guess.
And do you does Spencer want to take the bolt gun? I mean, it feels like the bolt gun would. I assume that when we say bolt gun, are we talking like, is that an actual weapon, or is it a piece of? Is it a
bolt gun? Like a
right?
It's,
right. That's what I would.
It's like a wired harpoon gun.
Oh.
The bolt gun is?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken.
Or that's the harpoon.
So then what's
gun.
the harpoon?
Or is that the
expect
harpoon
that
gun?
harpoon.
Oh,
right.
I am mistaken. All right, let's.
I guess I thought
like
the bolt gun.
It's like a overpowered nail gun, right?
Right.
That's, what I'm thinking. A nail gun. That's the proper term. That's
like those big bolts.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It would make sense that the roughneck would have the bolt gun.
I'll just hold both of them.
It makes sense for the roughneck to be holding all this stuff. You ask me.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
have
All
one of
right, hold
those.
on. Let me just get my backpack.
There is a pistol, right? Somebody has a pistol or no?
No
I
one
will,
has a
I'll take
pistol.
Somebody did find a
Okay.
pistol. Yeah.
I'm going to carry the pistol so that it's not in the possession.
Tell
of
me
a
Rick is holding it
12-year-old
like this,
girl.
like
Right.
Yeah.
I'm holding it.
I will take care of the pistol with
Have you
like
ever
no
shot
gun.
one of those, sir?
He's like, yeah,
Uh,
no.
in simulations.
Please don't hold it up like that. That's worse. Is there gear? That's what I'm looking for. So bolt gun.
Yeah, so
Or
it's a
an
construction
ideal.
tool that uses expanding bolts to make emergency hull repairs.
Ooh,
Yeah.
So
Oh.
it's like inflating rivets kind of a deal.
Nice.
you said flaming rivets?
Inflating.
Oh,
So it expands into the little. I'm assuming how big are the holes though, right? So,
I mean, well, it does damage, so pretty big.
yeah, that
Um,
sounds awesome.
it does sound awesome. Let's see. It has 2 entries. That's the problem. Like as a
There you
tool
are.
and then as a weapon.
So that means that as far as like things that we're not bringing along with us out of the free gear that we've got, we're not bringing the harpoon grappling gun,
no,
the incinerator unit, or the cargo.
that'd be pretty cool.
Right. I mean, we're not expecting trouble
It
in the
give-
derelict
Sorry,
mining vessel.
as long as I found the entry, the bolt gun gives a +2 modification to heavy machinery in relevant situations.
Well, that's exciting.
And then I think, so looking ahead, the objective is to like get the transponder device out of the bridge, right?
Hmm.
Mhm.
You might want like electric tools to like
Well, is there an
desolder it
electric
from
tool?
So
We have
this
the
would
cutting torch.
Well, I have a cutting torch. Wouldn't that work in that situation? Eh, maybe.
in a hurry.
I'll-
Yeah,
Well,
Well, what was the thing you said, Matt?
electronic
Something about-
tools.
Well,
Oh, that's
I feel
that's
like
an item.
I feel like Spencer would know what that is.
Yeah, electronic tools.
Okay.
They're not described, but I would picture those as in this situation as being like a soldering gun or a soldering
Okay.
thing, you know, like extra wiring.
probably like a multimeter and wire nuts, wires, and
Yeah,
I'll just
shit
bring my
you need.
toolbox. You know,
right.
You have a
You
toolbox.
just-
why not?
So
No, I don't.
I think so to get your hands on the electronic tools, it'd be a check on the supply pool.
Okay.
You could probably use the cutting torch, but you're gonna risk like destroying the fragile equipment.
The cutting torch. Yeah. Okay.
But
Well,
it would
then
be
I guess.
quick.
Yeah. So what do I do with that to roll on?
You're gonna roll 5 dice.
5 of my stress dice, though, right?
Yep, and for every one you roll, the dice pool's going down by 1.
Okay. I rolled 2 ones.
Ooh, supply is now
Are you
3.
kidding?
Yeah.
Ooh.
No.
Oh, snake eyes.
Do you guys think maybe the supply should be upped or?
No,
No, that's all
let's keep it right where it's at.
Okay,
Let's see.
I'll
So-
just like totally like, oh, we need this and this and this and this and this.
Yeah, so that represents like a reactive montage of Spencer like turning the ship inside out a little bit to get his hands
Hey,
on
look
the,
at all
Yeah.
look at all the cool stuff I found. You know, this is needed.
to get your hands
all of
on
it.
what you're gonna need to
All
like
of it.
cut circuit boards out of the console, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, we're
Nice.
looking for a beacon thing, right?
Transponder.
A transponder.
A pilot
I know
would-
what those
A
are.
pilot would know. But we don't need one in this campaign.
Would a pilot know? Would this be a thing
No.
Spencer would know?
Well, I mean, didn't you say you're a machinist, right?
Yeah.
Is that
yeah.
what you're? Yeah. You. I mean, I would
I feel
think
like
any
it,
rough.
yeah.
He's like
I-
Gigi knows. She's played Skyfield. So she knows
Okay,
what a
let's
transponder
look.
is.
Gigi, do you mind helping me with these tools? And I like give her a couple of the things. So you
I
can
guess.
help. Yeah.
I was going to look for some candy.
I
Is there
doubt
can-
there might be on there, you know. I don't know if children were on that ship. It didn't say in the readings.
So before I scroll
Unlikely that children. Go ahead.
before I scroll away from the entry, electronic tools give +1 to contact rolls.
Tech.
Contact, yeah.
Another thing I'm not good at. Here you
Well,
go, G.
now you're
G. I
+1
think
at it.
this will help. Hey, hey.
Well, who has high wits?
My wits are at 3.
Mine too.
Mine are 5.
Oh, well, you could do the comp tech.
Well,
I'm pretty damn good
I
at
mean,
it.
I'm pretty good at opening things, you know. So we'll share these tools.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
Did I had the condition dehydrated. Did we recover from that with the cocoa and
Yeah.
stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we still stressed? Is there any way we could have, before going onto the ship, like taken a breath or something? Is that like how do we resolve stress? I don't know that particular game
Um,
mechanic. I didn't read.
Relieving stress. For every full turn, 5 to 10 minutes spent resting in a safe area that is secured from enemies, your stress level is reduced by 1 point.
Okay.
Would we have done that by like when we were searching and
Yeah.
arguing to put on the suits?
I'm okay with you guys resetting to stress 0.
Oh,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
well, I wish
The
I
Hermes
rolled
is a
the.
pretty safe place. That's
Right.
okay. That's okay. So, remember, you gain stress by pushing a roll. I think that's probably like the big way that you gain stress is by pushing. Auto fire, point taking damage, going without sleep, food, or water,
And
killing
scary
somebody.
stuff.
The scientist in your team fails to use the analysis talents. Being attacked by a crew member. Finding out someone's an android. And certain situations or creatures as determined by the GM. So I'm
One
okay
of
with
you an
going.
android.
I'm
What stresses out kids?
you're legally obligated to tell me if you're an android.
Are you a cop?
Oh, so Matt doesn't even know.
So I'm okay with everyone being at stress 0. I think the big way to
Okay.
gain stress is pushing skill rolls.
Got it.
That's what I expect. Okay, let's cut back to the scene. Everyone's all suited up. Spencer spent time like correcting everyone's spacesuits. Like, oh, you had that valve open.
Duct tape.
Yeah. And now the airlock on the Hermes cycles. And then all of a sudden, as it's finished cycling, the air has gone dead in the airlock. So you're just surrounded by quiet, except for like the microphones doing like suit to suit talk. I'm assuming, Spencer, you reach out with your big bulky glove and you grab like the lever. It's a little stuck. You gotta like actually grab it, like wrench it down, and then the airlock doors shunt open, and the last bits of air are like sucked out into space, and you're staring at this. It's not really a tunnel so much as it's like 4 poles that have like extended out to like connect magnetically onto the side of the Jeremiad, and now you're suddenly aware of like how rapidly both ships as they're connected are actually like spinning in place because you're seeing all the stars and debris sort of like spin around you. From the inside it looked pretty still, but in here it's harrowing, right? And now there's just this like one single steel cable running the whole length of the umbilical to connect to the Jeremiah on the other end for you to carabine around to, and then
I'll lead the way.
you tell me if that's stressful.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Actually, I know how we can find out if it's stressful. Spacewalking.
Spacewalk.
How do you do a spacewalk in this game? What do you guys think?
Probably
You just walk.
mobility, right?
You just do it.
You just do it.
Yeah.
You just do it. I think it's
walking.
mobility. Yeah.
Are we stressed or not yet?
I think if you have to push this mobility check to spacewalk,
I see.
you
Okay.
get stressed out.
All right. Let's see.
And all of us are supposed to be making this roll. I assume we're going over their single file or what?
I would think so. If you want to go one at a time, that's okay.
Yeah. So Spencer's leading the way.
Oh no, I didn't pass.
Push.
So you said it was mobility?
Yeah.
So when you push, what do you do?
You gain a point of stress, and you
Okay.
re-roll with the new stress die.
So I add one extra dice.
One stress
But
die.
it's a scary die.
It's one of them baddies. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I guess I'll lead the way. Maybe is there I don't think there was any like wire to hold on, like travel with or tether or anything like that.
Well, yeah, there is. And you like
Oh.
carabiner it onto it. So we've established you're probably not going to die from this roll. We're checking for grace. Depends on how bad you do, I guess.
All of us are rolling or just Spencer?
I
All
think
right,
we
that
said
time I rolled 2 successes.
so. Spencer, we said we do one at a time. Spencer, you guys see Rick and Gigi. You see Spencer like clip on. He gets like a false start. And then also he's like, oh, my mag boots, and he like clicks his heels or whatever to like detach them, and now you just see him sort of disappear down this tunnel. Spencer, you go careening. It's a long trip of like zip lining through zero gravity until all of a sudden the side of the Jeremiad like rushes up, and you clumsily like catch yourself against it, and sort of like scramble against the hull until your fat gloves find some sort of purchase to anchor yourself onto. You've made it to the side.
Now, because I rolled 2 successes, I can let me read it. It says I can gain 1 mod later.
Yep.
Relating to this one.
Yep.
Okay, so I'll remember that.
Good luck. I would always
hey,
forget.
you never know.
I know I would always forget, but
I'm writing it
good
down.
luck you.
Doesn't mean anything. So I had a tether for the other people, so that it would be easier to come across.
Sure. How
Is that what
about
I
your
said? I don't
plus?
know.
How about your +1 travel down to the next person who goes?
Okay, I'm gonna give it to the next person, whoever decides to go.
I think it's got to be Gigi. I cannot imagine Rick going before.
But it's a mobility roll, you said?
Yes, with the +1 because Spencer's like anchored the other side.
Because Gigi already has like 8. So this would be 9.
You got this.
So that seems like excessive. So maybe Rick
Okay.
would make sense to take the +1.
Sure. I'll take it. I'm just letting you go ahead of me, though, because I cannot imagine Rick would be like, oh, yeah, I'm going to go ahead of the 12-year-old girl.
Yeah, because she's like a gymnast. This is definitely in her
Right.
wheelhouse.
She's just
Right.
cartwheeling
I
over.
think Rick's like, okay, kiddo, you just gotta, I've seen this done a million times in the simulations, and you just like, oh my gosh, you really know
Well,
what you're doing.
she has 1 success, so out of the 8. So
Wow.
she succeeded.
Yeah.
Well,
you
that's
said,
better than 0.
Yeah.
Spencer, you see Gigi slowly like come into view, and maybe you sort of like catch her, like guide her to like land against the side of the Jeremiad.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't do a lot of flips down in here. Space
That was
ball.
fun.
Okay.
Do a lot of flips in space.
All right. So I imagine the camera kind of focuses on Rick, who's like starting to sweat inside of his suit, and he's watching Gigi go across, and then we see the camera of the whole, like, everything's kind of turning and the vertigo kind of thing rolling, and I got no successes.
Ooh, push it.
So yeah, so
Did you add that extra 1?
I did.
Oh.
You should have
Which-
used it to. Is this the game where you can like give a automatic success to the other person, or no? With the
I don't think
Not
so.
to my knowledge. Yeah.
And I assume that +1 does not apply on the second
Nah, keep it. Keep it.
attempt here.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a piece of gear.
All right. So okay. So 2 successes, no failures.
Yay.
All right.
Stunting.
So he regains himself. And it does say you could give
yeah, you can
1
give a
success
success
to another PC in the same situation as you.
Oh, just give a whole success.
Oh, is that the
Yep.
stunt?
Yeah,
Yep.
the stunt.
As a stunt. Yep.
Oh, give 1 success to another PC in the same situation as you. Oh,
But I like this better for Rick, that he's stressed out.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, let's say we didn't know that until now.
Yeah.
We didn't.
Oh yeah, I
no,
could have just
literally.
done that.
And to be honest, it's always. I mean, it's extra dice, right?
We're
Yeah.
learning.
We are learning. We're demonstrating you can learn a game as you play it.
What?
All right. So I mean, I imagine it's a very awkward kind of like travel for Rick getting across. He's like, I did it. All right, yes,
You did it.
I did.
You did very good.
See, that was a piece of cake. It was a piece of cake. Thank
Good
you.
job, Rick.
Oh, you can't hear me. Clapping doesn't work in space.
All clapping looks very sarcastic in space because it's so slow.
Okay, boom, boom. Are you mocking me?
No.
I'm not.
All right. And now on the side of the hull, you guys find like this like security, like an emergency like cut panel, like cut here to gain access to the ship.
This will be the cut.
This will be
Yeah,
the cut,
okay.
which I think is
I got that. I can do that.
which I now think is a heavy machinery roll.
Okay. So with a cutting torch, does that add any special bonuses to that?
That's
or
actually
no?
what I was just scrambling to go look at.
Okay. I can help you scramble.
You have
It just
your item
pictures-
cards or no?
Oh, I
Not
do.
on
I
hand.
do.
I don't.
I do.
Cutting
but-
torch adds heavy machinery +2.
That was, I was
Oh,
going to
so
guess
then I
plus
get
two.
10 dice.
Whoa.
There's
So
no
it's
way
in
you're not
the-
cutting this.
for you guys that are following along at
But I
home,
also got a stress dice.
in that summary deck.
Oh, is it in there?
Last time it's in there.
I have that
Wow.
open.
You can also search in Demiplanes if you need to look something up.
I
Oh,
got
yeah,
I got
that's
too
it.
many options. I'm scrambling all over my monitors.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm rolling 11 dice.
Whoa.
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 I have a 3 in. Oh, hold on, let me double check and make sure I'm not a dummy. I have a 3 in heavy machinery.
Mhm.
I have a 5 in strength. And I have a cutting torch, which adds 2. So that's 10 total. And then I have a stress dice because I'm stressed.
You stressed, man.
Yep.
Yep,
Ready to hear all these jingle jangle?
I am.
One success.
Wow. All those.
Wow.
And it's now, also, you pay attention to the stress die if it's ever a face hugger.
It's not.
Okay.
It's not a face hugger.
Okay. Just keep that in mind, though.
It was a 5.
One
But do
success
we
is
have-
all you need.
Do we
Oh.
have stress right now or no?
I
Yes,
do.
Okay.
I've got one.
Mm-hmm. And Spencer, you pull the heavy panel like again away from the ship hull, and then do you just like let it go, drift off into space, or
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do we need that for?
yeah, who cares about space garbage? You're surrounded by it, actually.
And I just like point, like somebody says that in the back of my mind, and I just point at all the other space debris. Like, it'll be fine.
And you can see the inside of the ship waiting for you.
Okay.
Okay, and you go.
Alright.
You land in this sort of chasmous cargo space. There's folded up crane arms in the northern corners. There's a space labeled office in the southeast corner. And then there's doors north and south, both of which look like they're airlocks.
So where do we come in?
Oh,
Behind the foreskin? Is that where we are?
Yeah, you're just underneath the foreskin.
Matt, I'm reading something about power supply.
Oh yeah, yeah. You
Cutting
should.
torch consumes a lot of electricity, and you need to make a power supply roll after every use. Its battery is a power supply level 5 when fully charged. So what does that do? How
So
do I do a
you'll roll
power
5
supply?
dice, and for every 1, your power supply is depleted by 1.
So roll. Oh, that happened. That was pretty good last time, right? So I'm rolling my stress dice.
Yes.
I rolled no ones.
Okay, so you didn't deplete your cutting torch battery at all.
Hey, I know how to use this.
Nice job.
You got it dialed in
job.
just the right way to like cut while conserving as much power as possible.
Yeah.
It's your lucky cutting torch.
You know, sometimes these, what is it? Oh, it doesn't have a special name.
Not yet.
These tools, you know, if you don't know how to use it properly, they consume a lot of power.
And that's
He just starts
Wow.
talking, rambling about power tools and then cutting torches and all that whole time as he's like doing it.
and
Right.
all that hot air reminds me you guys should probably test the air supply in your spacesuits.
You know, that probably was not very smart of me to
Yeah.
keep talking.
And this was, they had air supply of 5.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, damn, I'm really like testing this with my dice right now.
Got all of my purple stress dice.
I'm conserving air just fine.
He rolled a 6. Does that mean anything?
Mm-mm. We're only
It's
looking
just
for
ones we're
ones.
looking for. Okay, then I'm also okay.
Yeah. Okay. Pretty good. No one is sucking up a lot of air on that ziplining.
You know, sometimes, you know, talking is actually really good for air, apparently.
Spencer, are you air-splaining to us? Can we get in the
And
ship?
air splaining.
Oh, I never been told that one before.
The cargo space mid shaft of the spaceship is depressurized. So it's just as quiet in here as it is in the void of space.
With no air.
No air.
Any lights?
No. The ship is a
Did
tube.
we bring like flashlights or
Do
anything?
we have lights in our suit at all? Or no?
Yeah, we'll assume your suits have flashlights.
Like they have like shoulder light things
or head like Miguel was
or
just demonstrating.
headlamps.
Whatever, or maybe wrist on it. Whatever works for you works for me. But not all the above. You have to pick one.
Okay.
You're not a disco ball.
Gigi's roller skates are just
Oh, that's right. Her healing.
Oh yeah, yeah. Every step
They light up.
Gigi takes. Yeah, sure. God, my kids love those shoes. Any shoe that lights up, they love it. They're in that phase
Those
where
are
new shoes make
cool.
them run faster, which I absolutely love.
Duh.
What a
and you
what a
pump 'em up.
universal truth for kids, right? New shoes make you
Yeah.
run faster.
They feel like they make you run faster.
Hmm.
All right, we're here.
So we're looking for the transponder.
Now,
Probably
where
in
would
the-
that be?
Oh,
probably in
given that
the- Cockpit of this cock.
Hmm. Wait,
say it.
how do you know those words?
Space tube.
Space tube.
Oh, you know, some of them content creators, I don't know if they're very suitable for young audience members.
You get Gigi
Probably
on
not.
Space Tube Kids when you get back on the show.
Are you on Space Tube Kids? That's good, man.
I don't see it on the schematic though.
Yeah,
we
I don't see a
A bridge?
yeah.
Bridge, yeah.
Hmm. Interesting.
I see a repair bay. Oh, interesting, huh, Matt?
Mhm. Well, I would say
There's
there's
an office.
there's an office.
Kind of
There's
deep.
one very obviously like outward facing window with seats. It's not
Oh, and
labeled
that's
as anything.
that's on the right one.
Yeah,
That's
which would be
upstairs.
upper level. Yeah.
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 Well,
So-
go ahead.
Well, I think
I was
Rick
going to
would-
start making my way up there.
Yeah, I mean, I was just gonna say Rick, I think, is kind of turning and looking at Spencer as if like, because you're a guy that he thinks knows like his
Oh.
way around a ship, right? So
You keep thinking that one.
it's like he's looking. Yeah. So I'll kind of
Hey.
follow after you.
Hey, Miss Gigi, do you think you could turn on that
It's
motion
finder?
tractor? Yeah,
use it to
just in
find my
case. You
cats.
never know.
Are you
Cats?
you
Yes.
expecting a problem?
Well,
Spencer?
remember, they said something about wonky bots, drones.
Okay.
I don't know if they would be motion tracked, but
Just make sure you're conserving the battery on that thing there, Gigi. Keep
I
an eye
mean,
on
would
that.
would we know that it doesn't? It just picks up movement, right?
It
Period.
picks up
doesn't-
movement. You need this, you know. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what is it? Five dice?
Yeah. And then I think at least for tonight, it's going to automatically tell you where there's movement. I think it works up to like zones away, and there's effectively
Yeah.
like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zones
I-
to the ship, maybe 6.
Yeah, I think every time you use it, you have to do a supply roll. So do we really want to use it now in this
Mm,
big open space, or
maybe wait. Up to you.
I mean, that's not
You're
Gigi
in
talking.
charge.
That's Miguel. I'm like,
Gigi, what do you think?
sure, this could be fun.
If
Do
it
it.
if it help, I think you guys could reasonably assume to resupply anything on the Hermes.
Yeah, do we have like battery chargers on the
Yeah,
Hermes?
yeah.
All right, yeah. I mean, Gigi would totally turn it on, but Miguel like, is it smart? Oh, oh, 2 1s.
Oh no.
He leaves it on a little too long.
It
She
was
had it on. She had it on the whole time. It's like,
let's return it to text ping. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm going to 4 zones. Oh yeah, so this thing is going to light up everything on this ship.
Oh, that's good to know.
So the head of the shaft is a zone, you're in a zone. Then like the fuel area and the stairs, that's a zone, and then the engine is a zone. And then each other level is a zone. So if it goes up to 4 zones away, one motion detector ping will do the whole ship, effectively.
Oh, cool.
So you get 3 pings
Oh,
of movement.
do
One at the top in the drone module.
Okay.
One in the engine module.
okay.
I don't know if it'd be called a module. And then one in the upper level.
it does look modular, right?
Oh, we are going to the upper level.
I am having a hard time seeing where the upper level is, though. Like, what's the upper level?
That is the
So,
with
level
the
to the right.
steerage. Yeah, to the right. It's the steerage compartment.
Compartment?
Yeah, with the tables and the bunks and stuff like that.
And that's where we're going because we think that's where the
I think the
thing
cockpit
is.
The bridges,
the, is
Yeah.
the part at the front of that third
Yeah.
level or that level,
Well,
the 2-seater.
hopefully that thing is not crazy.
It's probably just a errant drone, don't you think?
All right. I'm walking up.
Okay.
I guess I'll go to the next room and make it to the stairwell area.
Would you believe the airlock is locked?
Oh, it's locked.
Like
Mm.
emergency locked, yeah.
Hmm.
Emergency locked, huh? So, I mean,
Eh?
Rick will kind of step up towards it, like fuddle through his suit and pull out his ID card. And I should be able to get into these Wayland Yutani. Like I would assume my codes are still, like they can't have deactivated my access this quickly.
Okay. I was just gonna cut
It's all
it.
on dial-up. It can't go that fast.
Right.
Good assumption,
Still
Rick, but the
negotiated.
ship has no power. So when you
Well,
swipe
yeah.
your card, it's kind of like a dead
Right.
card swiper.
Ah,
Well, what about this office right next to us?
Oh.
Are those doors
let's
open?
check it out, or
Yeah, those doors open.
Oh, look at that.
It shows a couple like frosted over CRT panel monitors and stuff like that. But just looking around here, you can see that there's like controls for the crane arms. There's like cargo inventory controls here. And then there is like remote access to ship power. Yada yada.
Hmm?
Remote access to ship power.
Yeah.
Want to turn it on?
oh,
Yes.
absolutely.
Okay. Beep, 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 beep.
Comtech?
Oh, no.
I'm worried. When is too many rolls too many, guys? Let me know.
No, I think that's perfectly fine, but
Yeah.
can somebody else maybe turn it on?
I think
Well,
it's-
I
it's
was gonna say,
scary.
I mean, I've got good context. So
I
I mean,
don't.
I mean, as we if we go into that space, I think Rick, he's at, he immediately would head over to where the power is and
Makes
slide
Would
in.
he
Excited.
Sure.
would he get the +1 for the electronic tools or no because he's not using those at the moment?
I would think not until I use them. Right now, I'm assuming I don't need them.
Okay.
I would think those tools are more for hardware, and what
Right.
Rick is doing is
Oh,
more
like if we're
software.
like, trying to put stuff together.
Yep.
Gotcha.
When you want to
right.
assemble your new gaming PC, those tools will come in handy.
Exactly what I'm
Right.
thinking of.
Right. Okay, so I have a total of 8 dice, 5 from Wits, 2 from Comtech, and 1 from Stress. So Rick enters into the office, kind of looks around. locates the panel where the power is, and he's like, I'll have this ship powered up here in just a moment, and then we can get through that door, get that transponder, and get on our way. We'll be mining tritium before the end of the day. One success, no failures.
Yeah.
I really was hoping you would fail though, just
That
because
was-
of that long speech.
That was
Yeah.
quite a pause there. I love it. Yeah.
Lickety split.
Yeah. You're able to like make like network controls to the engine room in the back and just slowly spin up the
No.
life support and stuff like that. And the ship, the lights slowly flicker on.
Wow.
You can feel like a vibration through the hull as like power starts coursing through the ship. And there's immediate alarms going off about the big hole in the side of the cargo door,
Oh yeah.
leaking
Look
air.
at that.
Atmo.
I'll like do whatever I can to kind of shut down the alarms, because that's going to be a smart move.
Is there an emergency shutter for that type of situation or no?
Yep. Yes, there is. So you, Spencer, you go over to that door and you like pull the lever, which causes like another layer of emergency paneling to like go over the doorway to seal it up.
Okay.
You're aware that it sort of like cuts you off from leaving the ship, though. You're gonna have to like roll it back to get out now.
We could just lift it back up. I'm assuming it's like a thing you put at the mall down.
It's exactly
You know what I'm talking about?
yes, but for airtight,
Yeah.
exactly.
Is
Done.
the air breathable now or not yet?
Yeah, we're gonna do one more air supply check on the suits, and then you're good to go.
Okay. Oh shit. I rolled 3 failures.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
I'm really good at rolling dice, by the way, FYI.
One failure.
One failure.
okay. Everyone's sucking up a little bit. Everyone's getting a little excited in the freight, whatever.
Okay,
the cargo
so hold
space.
on. Let me write that down.
All these long speeches are like sucking up our air.
Yeah.
My suit is down to 2.
Oh. But you said the air's breathable now, so
Yeah.
we don't have to.
Mhm.
Okay.
It'll just be an
Well, thank
issue
God.
if and when you put the suits back on.
Yeah, Matt knows my my lovely dice rolls.
Legendarily unlucky roller, yeah.
Very, very good. And very, very good.
If ever there was a player made to play the portent wizard or whatever.
What does that mean?
The Wizard of Portents, it's the 5e wizard who gets to like every
The
day
one that
you pre-roll two rolls and then you like hold them in reserve to like swap out. But you can do it to like bad guys too. So like when a bad guy like crits, you can be like, actually, it's a
Oh, just kidding. I rolled a 1 a mile just a
Actually.
minute ago.
Yeah.
That's funny. I didn't know that's a thing.
I played a 5e game with a portent wizard and he loved the actually. That's a 1.
Actually.
Excuse me, I actually have a one.
Yeah. I think every time he did it, he hammed it up a little bit more. Yeah. Anyway, the safety locks on the airlocks, both north and south, disengage. Free to open.
right.
Oh, I can't believe I rolled 3 1s. That's impressive.
That is
All
impressive.
right, well there we go, team. So let's get up to that cockpit.
Hold on.
A little stale.
Could I use my cat tracker again?
Go ahead.
The answer is no. But
Oh, okay.
The responsible answer is no.
Well,
yeah,
all right, Gigi, stay close. I don't want you wandering around the ship or anything. That's dangerous. We don't know how long this derelict vessel's been out here, and
yes, I'll
Obviously.
be sure to listen to you.
All right, back to it. Going to the airlock. Is that what you guys said? The southern.
Yeah.
Or no, was it Gigi turns on the motion detector?
No, she decided against it, I
Okay.
believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now the safety locks on the airlock are disengaged.
Okay.
Throw open the
lead
door.
way.
It opens up into a short hallway. On the left is a cargo freight elevator. It looks old and out of service. But then there's a doorway which is labeled stairwell, and that gray box with the X through it, I'm taking as a personnel elevator, which also still looks dead and inert. The doorway to the south, you can definitely hear something mechanical on the other side bumping up against the doorway
Oh, that sounds fun.
rhythmically and predictably.
It's just banging its head into the wall.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Oh, like a eye service drone?
It's for you guys to find out.
Are we going up or going there?
Well, I guess we're following you, Spencer.
Oh,
I
I'm
mean,
leading the way. Oh, all
well,
right.
you know ships, right? I mean, this is my first time in
I mean,
space.
again, as far as you know, I know ships, and
Right.
I'll go up the stairs.
Okay, going up the stairs gets gradually more difficult to do as the artificial gravity of the ship is like slowly like pulling down on you. You realize like it started off very lightly. When the ship was inert, your boots were doing all the work.
Yeah.
Now as the ship is spinning up, the gravity is like slowly pulling you down, and you're not really aware of it until you're walking up the stairs.
Oh, it's getting a little harder.
You get a little harder, maybe even a little too hard. Like the gravity is
Yeah.
a little. But you throw open the door at the top.
I'm sorry. Like
What?
all these, we're on a penis ship. It's getting a little hard. Now it's too hard.
Oh no.
I'm very childish.
We should make sure we put this in the video at some point so people know what we're talking about.
I guess with that in mind, you arrive at the vein on top. All right.
Thanks, Matt.
This is a very serious, scary game.
You push open the door, and immediately on the other side is a maybe no more than 5 feet tall figure, draped in the shadow of cascading, competing emergency lights. It looks like maybe it's humanoid in shape, but it seems like headless, short,
Oh,
and it's just standing facing the doorway.
Oh shit.
like so is this door can we hold on, I'm sorry. Is it a see-through door or is there a window or
No window.
is it open?
I assumed you opened it when you got to the top. Of the
Okay.
stairs, yeah.
Now is it a door or is it a shutter door?
Oh, it's like a panel, corrugated IKEA wood with like a brass doorknob on like rusty hinges. No, it's
I don't know this ship.
very cheap penis ship. No. You push a button and the door slides like a pocket door.
Gotcha.
Slides
Okay.
open.
So, okay. Does this headless figure see us?
It doesn't react to you. It just stands
Okay.
there.
We opened the door to the fuel area, or
We're going to the right,
Yep.
correct?
The room on the right. So you've gone upstairs, up to the top deck.
oh, we're up on the.
Yep, which is the room on the right.
It's the L-shaped
And-
room to the right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And
Okay.
this headless figure. I'm sorry. I was taking some notes, Matt. What is this headless figure that we're describing, or that you were describing? Is it literally like a human body with no head, like an android? Okay.
no, as you give it a good scrutiny, you realize, and the shadows
Right.
sort of like part away, it's one of the eye service drones, which
Mhm.
picture Boston Dynamics, the Atlas robot
Mhm.
is a good place to start.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's all exposed gears and wiring and like metal rods. It has a big hunchback where the battery pack is, and it has like stilted legs. But where the Atlas robot has 2 humanoid arms, these eye service robots have that in addition to like an array of like smaller arms. Like it almost looks like its ribs like peel away.
Ooh.
But those are all small manipulators with like tools attached to them. Yeah. So you immediately could picture this thing like hugging onto like a piece of like LV908 rock, and all these like cutting tools and stuff like start hacking away at it or something like that. Yeah.
Cool. I love it.
Good. Okay. Well, it's standing inert and looking at you. Well, look like facing towards you.
Well,
Yeah.
Mike loves it. Spencer's like, ooh.
So I think Rick is coming up behind you, like looking past your shoulder, is like, oh, okay, hey, I think that's, he kind of
Sure.
reaches there and kind of points to where he thinks the cockpit entrance is, and it's like, that's the transponder, I think, should be over in there. I mean, there's got to be a computer deck console or something we can get things kind of working.
Is this thing moving?
As Rick points like over your shoulder, the iService robot like turns where it's still like you can hear it and feel its feet like as it like turns its body to like follow the direction of Rick's pointing, and then like follows his hand back to his body. Yeah, it does like little shuffles.
Yeah.
But being an industrial robot, even these like little, dancing footsteps are like very heavy steps.
Well, I don't like this thing.
It's just a
Cool.
service
What is
drone.
that?
Well, then can I push you into the room and you go first?
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, Rick is like, now that we're up there, we see, oh, it's a service drone. Yeah, he'll just like, if you're hanging back, he kind of looks at you like, well, what's the matter, and just starts to move into the room. So Rick will enter the room and head up north to head towards the towards the cockpit. We're out of our supply suits, right? Out of our compression suits, I mean.
Yeah, I'm assuming you guys left them all in that cargo area.
Okay. Yeah.
Right?
So
Maybe in the office?
Sure.
yeah,
Okay.
down in that area.
We took our suits completely off, not just the helmet.
They did.
Okay. All right.
We just stripped.
Yeah. You guys are your tidy whities.
Yeah.
Rick, as you're walking into the hallway, the service robot takes steps to like mirror your steps, but like while facing you. So as you like walk towards the doorway, it's like side shuffling to stay next to you. And when you like approach the door, like your hand maybe moves to the door, the robot, again with no head, it's just like shoulders and like you can see like a sensor array at the top.
Right.
Sort of like leans way into your personal space to get like inches away from your hand as you're like going for the door handle.
Okay.
So how's that thing going
Rick,
towards you? Is that do you
back.
like it?
Rick made a friend.
Rick kind of looks back at Spencer and like, I mean, do you? I'm a little hesitant, but unless it like stops me, I am going to reach for the handle. But I'm looking back at Spencer like, this is an industrial drone. Like, why isn't the machinist doing something here?
Oh no, I don't like robots.
It sounds to me like Spencer's gaining a point of stress.
Yeah, I'm getting stressed. I don't like robots.
Yeah.
All right. So Rick will go for the door. Does the drone do anything to prevent me from going into the
No,
room?
but when you open the door, its attention moves away from your hand, like up like inches from your face. And
I mean, it's that close. Like it doesn't back off.
Yeah, like no concept of personal space. Right. And close to you, you see a couple things. One, its sensor suite like engages to like sweep across your face, and you definitely feel like you've been like facially recognized. Right. And two, you can see quite a few like a few of the lenses in the array are like fogged up, almost cataract looking. Okay. Some of them are cracked. This robot is damaged.
Okay, so I think a couple of noticing this, I paused for a moment because this thing is way too damn close. Anywhere, I see like a mother console or a mother, what do we call it, a room, mother room? I don't know what to, like nowhere around there. So then I think I put my hands on the robot to kind of push it back a little bit. I'm like, I'm looking for a designation on it. Does it have a designation or?
Yep. There's like a barcode and like a bunch of numbers.
Right. And so I'm just like, having enough experience with Comtech and what have you, I just would kind of like, drones 7A63, stand down, please, back off. I need a little space.
Pushing against it, you're acutely aware of. You probably couldn't push it if you wanted to. It's too heavy.
Yeah.
Right.
But it does back shuffle at your request until
Right.
it like hits the door of the cargo elevator, which again is like a big bang and rattle, and then
Right.
it stands like at short attention.
Okay. Drone service report. What's your status? And let's see if it can even vocalize, or does it have any display or
Yep.
anything that's
A squealing, crackling sound emits from the like whatever speaker box it had. Yeah, like,
you know.
it's in bad shape.
Yeah, it's like, oh, stand down, stand down. Stay where you're at, please. GG, why don't you stay near me, please?
No,
Come over
Gigi's
here.
hiding behind Spencer. Like, I also don't like robots. They're stupid things.
Yeah, this robot is not the best type of robot. Look at
What
it.
do you mean? It's a service drone.
But look
I
at
have them
it.
in the offices.
He
I am
was like
looking
up
at
in your Kool-Aid a second ago.
It's so gross.
And now he's standing off to the side like I told him
And I
to.
just like start shuffling, like looking at him the whole time, but just doing like, shuffling against the wall towards Rick,
Yeah, when
making
you
my way, but
when
just
you-
not still looking at the robot.
when you
the
shuffle
whole
into
time.
when you shuffle into the room, it like startles, like it stands up again and like turns to face you,
Mm-mm.
Spencer,
Mm-mm.
and then also starts copying your footsteps. Like it
I don't
takes
like
like one
this.
big step to like get in line with you, and then like copies your footsteps, getting closer to you at every like side shuffle.
Can I copy the same thing that Rick said? Stand down. Just like a little bit like shaky, like no, stand down over there.
Before it listens, it again like leans in very, very close, and you see those
Mm-mm.
cataract eye sensors.
Nope.
Rick or
You're Rick.
Spencer, can you, yeah, never mind. I'm talking to myself. Spencer, can you do something about its visual array? I mean, it looks like it's clouded up and such. Maybe I don't know. It might be useful, to have another drone to help us with some of the mining that we're planning on eventually doing.
You want me to fix it?
Yeah, absolutely. Why don't you do that while I grab the transponder?
I mean, okay.
I think Rick is already moving into the,
Oh, damn
into
it.
the room to
Rick-
go. Get the
Yeah, Rick, who's definitely not
transponder.
worried about this robot, is definitely
Right.
Gigi,
Does
what
it
are you
stand
doing?
down?
It does. It
Well,
does.
well,
will.
if she comes into the hallway, is the thing gonna like
Mhm.
copy her too?
Mhm.
Being a kid, she's gonna try to floss to see if it mimics it. Like,
No,
can you do this?
It doesn't. It doesn't do that, but it does take steps to copy yours. If that's involved with flossing, I don't know. You stand still.
No,
when you
it's
floss,
usually
yeah.
You ever
standing
see
still.
Did you ever see Megan, the horror movie, where that robot like does that weird dance? It's kind of like
Oh, I
that.
love that scene.
I haven't, but I hear good things about Megan.
It's a fun movie.
But anyway, it copies your footsteps enough to again get inches away from your face, Gigi. And then there's again like the whirring, clicking sound of these optic sensors.
That
And
would
she does that.
that was stress Gigi out. Let's take a stress. She would get stressed if this.
Oh, I feel like I would get stressed as it's up in my Kool-Aid too.
Yeah.
Another point, okay. And
But
then
yeah, I would think so.
I'm fine with that. And then again, once Spencer starts wigging out and says, "Stand down," you try to copy Rick. Yeah, it again steps back until its back hits the cargo elevator door and it stands down.
Not fixing that.
Cutting over to Mr. Giovanni in the cockpit.
Yes.
The cockpits. This ship is too small to have a mother terminal. It's just not fiscally worth it.
Right.
However, this is a pilot and co-pilot cockpit arrangement for sure.
Yeah. So just taking a look around. I mean, I go to wherever I would expect the transponder to be, sit down into the seat or go underneath the dash, whatever I have to do, and start rummaging around to pull out the transponder. I suppose I'm probably hearing Gigi and Spencer off in the other room having, playing with the drone, and just kind of shaking my head like it's a service drone.
It's like,
It's a tool.
to be fair, like if I encountered like
He's a tool.
that's
agree.
never mind. That's better than what I was gonna say. Rick, bad news. No transponder to be found here.
Well, God
Not
damn
that
it.
it's missing one. It's just not here.
Well, I was just about to ask that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
So-
you are able to run a ship diagnostic and like status report.
Mhm.
The crew is gone, except there is a life sign in one of the cryo tubes.
Ooh,
Okay.
Someone's sleeping in the freezers.
where's the cryo tubes?
Right behind you. Just one south.
Oh, down below. That's right.
Mhm.
You did say that.
Is it Dan?
Okay.
So
So after rummaging around for a bit, Rick comes out and he goes, I don't know why there's no transponder. It's not gone. It's like it didn't have one. It's probably sometimes these older models they're really more associated to the station itself. They're so small, it's like having a scooter. So I guess that's why it doesn't have a transponder. But
Mhm.
we're picking up um, I had the cockpit or had the ship run a diagnostic, and it says there's a life sign down a couple of floors down in the cryo.
Oh, okay.
So where did we determine that was?
the cryo is
It's
actually.
directly south.
Yep, you cut to the
Oh.
next in the steerage compartment.
Oh, okay.
Do you see there's
But
like
really,
two?
that says cryo
Yep.
department.
There's two
Yep.
groups of bunk beds. The northern
Mhm.
one is actually cryo. The southern one is bunk beds.
Oh, okay.
But before we get away from what Rick said, Spencer, if the transponder isn't in the cockpit, maybe it's in the engine compartment.
Oh, I
so
guess
it's
we're going to the engine room where the robot was banging his head against the door.
So it's not missing. It's just not
Not where I
it's
expected
expected. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
It's in other areas.
Or Spencer, maybe you could like spoof the engine signatures of the Jeremiad. If you're in the engine bay, you could like get them down and like copy them onto the
Oh, I
Hermes.
see.
Like maybe you could do something in
I could
some
figure
research
something
in the
out.
engine room. Yeah.
I could jury rig it somehow.
You're not out of options yet, is what I want to make clear.
Okay. Whoa. As this
Well, the
robot's
crew
staring at me.
As you guys are having this conversation, the service drone has like again stepped forward,
Mm-mm.
almost like it like shifts around, like it hears something, and then steps forward to like get closer to your conversation until it's like standing inside the conversation, looking
Personal space, friend.
like switching back and
Yeah.
forth to like look between the group of you as you take turns talking.
Right. I think Rick noticed. I mean, he sees it as a tool, but now it's a tool that's invading our space.
It's a
So
tool.
It's kind
It's
of
annoying. Yeah,
yeah, it's an annoying tool. So
it's a tool and also a tool.
It's a tool.
So service drone, and I speak its designation. Stand down, please. Return to your pod for diagnostics and hibernation.
Ooh, fancy.
It moves its upper half like almost as if like calculating, and then it
Right.
like does like a little curt bow to you and like pushes through the three of you to get to the elevator, and then all of a sudden you see like the hands on the robot like shunt forward into like the opening of the elevator, and all like the little like rib arms like pop forward, and they all together wrench open the elevator door shaft.
Whoops.
And then the drone just jumps down the elevator.
Oh no! Oh no!
Clang, and then there's like loud footsteps like echoing down the ship.
Is he
Oh
still
my
moving?
gosh.
Oh, he's still going.
Oh, well, it's still
Oh,
going.
yeah, like
So I mean, I think right. I think Rick kind of runs over to that. So first of all, I assume the doors have now been damaged
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
significantly.
Oh,
Rick
well.
has that
You know,
effect
I-
on people, I think.
as it follows your instructions to the letter. Yeah.
Right. Like, well, I didn't quite intend that. As I look down the cargo shop.
But it's now not here, and I'm a little bit more pleased with that one. So good job. Good job, Rick.
And look at Spencer. And I think Rick has that effect on everybody.
Yeah. It makes people jump to their deaths.
You're You're all gonna be thanking me when you get paid,
Yeah, come
So
Christmas
hopefully
bonus
none of
time.
us
except for
jump to
you.
our deaths.
And
Ooh, ooh.
kind of point at Gigi. Except for you, you're going back to your dad.
Was she not getting paid for this?
I have an allowance.
Oh, what's that? How much is that worth?
I don't know. It's a credit
Not
card.
enough.
Oh, it's a credit card. Oh, space credit card.
Space
Space
credit
credit card, yeah.
We should
Uh,
probably check out to see what's going on with this life sign in the cargo or in the cryo tanks. If crew abandoned ship, I gotta imagine that when things were mothballed here, it took off. But it looks like maybe somebody's been left behind.
Oh, that's not very fun. Let's go get them.
Sure. Head south. The cryo tubes in this ship are it feels kind of weird describing any cryo tube as like luxurious, but that's what the ones in the Hermes were. At least you could like step out of them, right, and like stand up. These cryo tubes are stacked like you're in there like sardines, right?
Yeah.
They're probably more emergency intended.
Oh,
But sure enough, and one of them still has like a frosted over glass and has like faint standby lighting on it. It's definitely being used.
Rick, did it say how long ago the people left or abandoned ship?
Did I get that
Mm-hmm. Yep.
information?
About a year and a half ago.
Oh, damn.
It's been about 18 months.
Oh,
Where are the cryopods again?
They're just south of the door. So
in
they're-
steerage compartment.
in the
Yeah.
steerage,
In the steerage
right.
compartment area? Okay.
Yeah.
The northern like
Cluster.
bedroom
Yep.
pieces.
Those things that look like bunk beds.
Yep.
Yes,
Yep.
those
Okay.
the northern ones are actually cryopods. Yep.
Gotcha.
Stacked up on each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you'd have to imagine like people in the top cryo bunk would have to like be very careful about like rolling out of them because they're above head level.
Ugh,
Yeah,
long way down.
it is.
Well, do we notice the person or life sign?
Yeah, sweeping away like the frost in the glass, you can definitely see the outline of a woman inside.
Oh, there's a lady in there.
Oh,
Yep.
diversity.
And as you look over, as you look over the pod, you see they're also made to detach and be like rolled around. They have like a small battery that'll last for a couple hours.
Oh,
They're made like these are probably more intended for like if there's an emergency, like someone gets hurt, you freeze them, fly them back to heliostat and get the medical care.
is there? Oh, go ahead, Rick.
No, you go ahead, Mike.
I was just gonna say, is there a name or something?
Mm-hmm. Yep. On the panel, Dr. Julia Reynolds, mining engineer on heliostat station.
Oh, she's a PhD.
Yeah.
Kind. What was her name? One more time, please. I'm sorry.
Dr. Julia Reynolds, engineer.
Well, as far as we know, that's who she is.
That's what the name tag says.
Yeah.
Looking inside the panel, she's a woman in her late 30s. Very short, professionally cut hair. But she's pretty nondescript otherwise, yeah.
She's a lady.
Some chick.
Does it say, is there any, I mean, obviously this isn't Gigi asking, but is there any medical readout or anything like that the grown-ups can figure out?
There is the absence of one.
Oh,
So probably not put in there for an emergency.
gotcha. But she's the only person on the ship, as far as we can tell.
Only life sign, yep.
She's really gonna have to pee when she gets out of there. A year and a half, damn.
Yeah, right?
How, I mean, as far as what's the typical time? Would that be an atypical amount of time to spend in cryo?
Much time?
It's a long time to spend
18 months.
It's a long time to spend in cryo. It's an extremely long time in these like short-term emergency cryo tubes.
Yeah,
Remember,
yeah.
they're more for like, oh, this guy like cut himself with a buzzsaw or something like that, and he's bleeding out. Let's freeze him and fly him back.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And how long ago was heliostat shut down? So is the timing, does the timing line up with?
It lines up for when heliostat
Yeah.
started to shut down. Yeah.
If there's a button to press, Gigi will press it. She's like, let's let her out.
Well, there she goes.
No button to press.
Oh, there's no way to get her out?
It's not that simple. No.
Gotcha.
But we can move.
I mean,
We can move the pods. You
Mhm.
said, Matt.
Mhm.
Like we can roll them.
They are on wheels, like they have like a built-in.
I was thinking we would roll them like this. Like, all right, hold on in there.
No, what's
Why I
like
thought
a
that.
trolley, like a
Yeah.
wheel dolly kind of a thing. They could be like
Okay.
stood up and like wheeled that way. They also have
makes
like
more sense.
handles on like top and bottom, so like ideally like two people could like walk them down the stairs or something like that.
Okay.
It'd be awkward, but it's
Or we can
doable.
just throw her down the elevator.
Or get a drone to carry it. Yeah.
Ooh, a
Or get a
drone.
drone,
Could have
right.
done that. Yeah,
That would have been
So-
nice.
Well, we can always go back downstairs and
Well,
Get,
he's crawling down there right now. He's
Yeah.
having fun.
there's other service drones around here to be found. I'm sure they're
Yeah.
tools.
One of them's
Um,
banging on the walls.
So I guess looking at Spencer and Rick is doing like a quick calculation. Like, should we need that transponder, but I don't feel like we should stay here. We found a survivor, right? And we need to do something with that. So,
With that.
right. Well, with that information, right?
Yeah,
we
Mhm.
can't just leave her. So I guess I'm looking at Gigi and looking at Spencer, and then Rick's just like, "Hey, Gigi, do you want to stay here with this pod and keep an eye on this thing, and maybe Spencer and I run down to the engine room and grab the transponder, and we try to figure out a way out of here."
Or better yet, maybe you two should do this one, and I'll stay here.
We're going into the engine room, and
Mhm.
you
Oh,
don't want to come with us.
darn, All right. I guess I'll do that one.
I mean, Gigi just cares if we're bringing her back because she'd like to have some female company on the ship.
Well, yeah, I think we're kind of obligated. If nothing else, it's a lawsuit waiting to happen if we don't like do something about this.
Okay, I
Nobody
can stay with
finds
her
out,
while you
but,
go get dirty in the dirty engine room. That
All
sounds
All right,
fine.
just Gigi, just don't touch anything. Don't touch this panel over here, which might control the opening. Don't hit the sequence of numbers. And
She's like,
no, yeah.
Just don't go in that pod over there.
all right,
And
I'll stay here. I'll keep her company.
Yeah. Do we have any kind of ship's comms or anything like that? Have we established that? I know we have.
I am okay with you taking like the radios out of your suits.
Suits?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a little awkward,
All right.
but it works.
Okay. So then I think Rick kind of, gets down on Gigi's level and just like, okay, if anything happens, if you need anything, I'm just like a call away. Just give Spencer and I a call and we will be right back up here as quick as we can. Just stay out of trouble and just,
Okay. Can I have a gun?
no, you
Yes.
can't have a gun.
Oh.
Spencer.
Okay.
Of
Hey, I
course.
taught,
Rick
you know,
shoots
we
you
were
that
always
look
taught
like,
to shoot
what?
when we were young.
Okay. Well, don't be too long. This place is boring. I'm getting sleepy.
That bothers me so much to hear you say that.
There is a cryopod right over there.
Getting a little restless.
It's giving me DM insecurity too. That
No, it's
Right.
just it's the kid. It's
in
the
every
kid.
every joke is a kernel of truth. I'm kidding. All right.
Basically,
Right.
it's foreshadowing. Like if you guys take time,
Right.
she's gonna get restless and start
Break
running
some
around,
shit.
break some shit.
All right, let's cut to Spencer and Rick heading
Going
down the stairs. Yep.
downstairs.
And then south on the main level, door south is the one that has the banging on it.
Mm. Can we
The
see through
exact
it at
door
all?
We have to go through.
There's no windows on these doors.
Damn
These
it.
are airlock doors. The door to the north has been left open. You kind of have the feeling that your service drone friend went north.
Oh, good.
It would kind of make sense that he headed towards the drone.
Oh, yeah, he's
Module?
going to where
Yeah.
he said he would. Well, yeah.
Yeah. Probably the safe assumption.
All right.
Yep. All right, great. Okay, so when we say south, we're talking about the one that's just
Where the fuel is.
south of just north of the fuel, right?
Correct. Yep.
Right. And our service drone friend fell down that cargo. Yep, that looks like that lines up. Okay,
Mhm.
great. All right, so
And
got
I
the
want
banging
to
at the door.
remind you that your ship readout scan from the Hermes talked about radiation. The tritium is decaying in a bad way,
Oh.
and that's past this door.
Oh.
Oh.
That's fun.
So I
Well, I'm
think
glad we
we
left the
stopped there,
child up there.
standing there outside that door. I look to Spencer. Rick looks over at Spencer and goes, "So, what do we do about the radiation?"
Do our suits do anything with radiation?
Good question. They're Mark 50s.
I wrote compression suits.
Yeah, they're Mark
Yeah.
Mark 50 compression suit. I would say yes. Armor rating 2.
Okay.
So just for this session, yeah. They combat radiation because radiation starts doing actual damage to your body.
$15,000. They probably do something.
Yeah, they got to do
Okay.
something.
So
I'd
we're
rather
on that
not,
main
I'd
floor.
rather
So
not
we're
get an extra arm today.
so we're near the office where we had taken off our suits. So we'll go grab our suits.
Suit
All
back
right.
up.
You know, Gigi had the right idea. She was wearing her suit this whole time.
Hers is probably a little overfitted, so she probably wouldn't have taken it off, right?
Yeah, it's probably extra hard.
I imagine you probably got the cargo straps that are strapping it up.
She's got flappy arms.
Yeah.
She looks like Boo from Monsters Inc. when she
right, exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. All strapped up and everything.
All right. So back to standing in front of the banging door, but this time you have suits on.
So, I mean, Rick looks to Spencer like, okay, you're the engine guy, so following your
Open it
lead.
again. All right. I opened the door.
Okay. As soon as
Very
the
cautiously.
doors spring open,
Ah!
and the service drone on the other side that was ceaselessly running into the door. At this point, the entire front half of its body is just like a smashed mess, giving you the idea he's been here for a very long time.
You poor guy.
His sensor suite and all that stuff is just like a mess of wires hanging from where his stunted head would be. All the special manipulator arms that are his ribs are all broken off, and his arms sort of hang limp at his sides. Lunges forward past the two of you.
Oh, thank God.
And starts walking in the same direction as the other towards the module.
Oh. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
I mean, Rick just steps aside. He goes, well, it's got to be low on energy. You're looking for repair or something. There's probably a repair bay or something up near the drones. That would be typical on this class of ship, at least.
The poor guy. He had no face and arms. He was just running into that wall for who knows how long. A year and a half, maybe.
Long time.
Also, as you're watching him walk away, there's weird like heat haze waves like coming off of his body,
Uh-oh.
and you maybe turn from there to like look down the hallway to the south, and the whole hallway looks hazy like that.
Mm.
That looks promising.
What would so we're seeing? You said heat coming off it, like extreme. Well, I guess probably from the radiation. I mean, I guess that would be an assumption.
And I'm
I
assuming our
do.
suits don't
I
have any like heat reading things. Probably not.
I think
No.
I
that's an
do.
actual piece of gear.
I have survival, and I also have a really good observation. Would I be able to infer? Like, I mean, is it
It's
seriously
radiation.
just
Yeah.
all right? So looking at it, I imagine the camera kind of sees like Rick kind of watching the thing, the drone heading up north to the bay, and then just his head kind of turning and looking down the corridor towards the engine room. I assume the door at the other end is shut.
No, that door's
The
open.
one,
That door's open. You can see the engine bay. Yeah.
okay, great. So it's probably one of those, shots of the hallway feeling like it's extending as we're looking like, wow, we got to cross like a
Uh-oh.
pretty long distance here, looking at Spencer. Like, okay,
So you want me to go in there and get like, radiation poisoning or whatever?
you've got your compression suit on. I'm right here with you. It's not like I'm not going to. I mean,
Oh, well, that's new. All right.
well, I mean, we need to get this. I assume you might need some help getting
Oh.
the. Can we just get the transponder so we can get out of here and get on with this?
I like that. Let's go.
All right.
All right. I hold my breath.
I'm gonna that one's doing it. So radiation. This is strong radiation, which will do 1 rad per turn. When you are exposed to radiation, you gain radiation points that accumulate in your body. Check off the rad boxes on your character sheet at the rate of 1 rad per turn. Every time you gain a radiation point, you must roll the number equal to your total current number of accumulated rads. For every success on the roll, every 6, you take 1 point of damage.
Oh, okay.
So, okay, hold on a second. I thought our suits provided.
Yep, I was going to cut to that.
Okay,
for this
perfect.
session, your suits give you 2 points of armor. So this is going to be for every 3 turns. Because point of armor, radiation. Point of armor, radiation.
Okay.
Seem fair?
I'm rethinking this.
I think
choice.
that makes sense. Well, let's go
but
quick.
It's 3 turns. So I'm imagining you'd spend a turn moving.
Okay.
Spend a turn doing something and then moving back. You're looking at least 1 turn.
Right.
In
so
there.
so as long as we don't get delayed, because that'll never happen. As long as we don't get delayed, we're probably okay.
You think like a GM. I'll say that.
Right.
We can search together.
Yeah.
Or in separate areas.
So from where we are right now, we're still safe from this radiation, right?
Yeah, for whatever reason.
Okay. Can we see the airlock on or is that engine blocking our view of like how big is the airlock at the very distant end of the thing? Is that visible past the engine that's kind of horizontally across our field of view?
That airlock is butts to nuts. You can fit maybe like 2 people in there at a time.
Yep.
You can't see it from where you are, but from like the readout that you got.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so as we're standing there, I think Rick like looks at Spencer because he's watched the burning drone kind of walk away, and he goes, I think there's a lot of radiation here, but there is an airlock on the other side. Maybe we go back to the Hermes and swing that thing around, come in through that back airlock. It'll be a lot faster. We can probably get in and out through that lock. What do you think?
Well, I remember the child steering the ship. I also remember the giant laser thing that was blowing up other ships. And we're pretty close to that entryway. I mean, you're the boss. I'll do whatever you want, but I don't know
I'm
about
not
that
a
one.
pilot. I'm
I'm
not
not
a
a pilot.
This campaign doesn't need a pilot. Can both of you make an observation roll?
Sure.
Absolutely.
Good old perception check.
We are never going to let you live down the fact that we didn't need a pilot. You realize that,
I
right?
am really stressed right now.
This is really supposed to
I
be
think
like the Death House equivalent of a Curse of Strahd campaign.
Because I'm
the
pretty
ship.
sure when you pitched this at me, I said, "Oh, I could be a pilot." And you were like, "No, we don't need a
We
pilot."
don't need a pilot.
Hello, you've been gone forever.
We've been gone for 5 minutes.
All right. So I did get one success, but I also got one.
Panic.
Oh,
I
you know
got-
what? Yeah, I got a one on the. All of a sudden, my brain is shutting down here.
You got a face hugger.
No, Well, yeah, on the regular dice,
Oh,
not on the panic
then
dice.
it doesn't matter.
I got a. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. All of
I
a sudden,
got
don't
3
know why that-
successes.
Awesome.
All right.
Rick, you kind of hear something going on to the north, back in the cargo area. Spencer, you definitely hear the sound of maybe like 2 of these service drones mucking about in the cargo area.
Oh, could we
You
get
hear
them
the
to do this?
distinct sound of like the we're gonna go with it. You said like the emergency door thing that you rolled
Yeah.
across is
Yeah.
like the mall security gate.
Yeah.
You hear the shunk 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 of it like being opened back up.
Uh-oh.
Oof.
Uh-oh.
And then Gigi is on the radio saying, "Hello, I'm board." I'm bored.
Oh no.
Hello.
Trifecta.
Yeah, if she gets bored, she's gonna blast the motion tracker again. That's
Okay,
the only
there are 2 motion signals inside the cargo area.
and I just rolled the remaining supply dice, right?
Correct. And then the last motion is moving into the drone module.
No failures. So
Okay.
With that, could you say it again, Matt? Is it the drones that did that, or is it something else?
You can't tell from where you are.
You just know that something opened up the shutters.
You hear the open shutter sound, yeah.
Oh no.
How are we doing on time, guys?
I mean, I do have to work tomorrow,
Okay.
so I'm gonna say not too much longer, if that's okay. I
Then
hate to say that.
I actually think this is the spot to call it.
Oh! Hey,
Let's do it.
there's 2 maybe noises. Maybe they're the 2 other friends we have.
And I do want to like also say like this was supposed to be like a half a shot session kind of thing, like a little intro, learn how to play Alien on the Jeremiad, and we're getting 3 sessions worth of mileage out of it. So this
Welcome to playing
this dick ship's
role-playing
going the
games.
distance.
stick shift, yeah,
Going the distance.
got stamina.
Gotta go
Yeah.
this distance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh man. I will get this ship is randomly generated. I used a
Yeah,
website.
share the photos so the people at home can
Oh,
see
I
it.
definitely will. Yeah. And as soon as I was like, this ship, all like the layout of the ship is exactly what I need. But
Yeah.
man, does that look like a dick? And Miguel is not gonna let it go. I guess this is what we're gonna do.
What did you use to randomly generate this?
I will
Was
share.
this the
I'll
Mobius?
it's actually for Traveler.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll
Wait,
share
this
it.
Well,
was
I'll
a
share it with you guys.
random ship.
Yep.
So, have you seen the Mobius generator tool?
I've
It's
not.
So the fact that you mentioned these are travelers, I will send you a link. There is a tool out on the web, and it uses all of the traveler tiles to kind of just generate stuff.
Those
I
awesome
can't remember if it.
Traveler
Can't remember
geomorphs.
if it uses the geomorphs.
Yeah, sure. Because I'm needing some maps. I think.
Random dick ship. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Hey,
The
Matt,
fact that I settled on this, I think, is telling.
since
Yeah.
I rolled 3 successes on that observation roll, I'm looking at this. What is it?
You're
The
stunting.
stunts.
the stunts. It
Yeah.
says get answers for the following. Is it coming for me? Are there more of them close by? How do I get in / pass / away?
Okay.
Do any of those apply?
There's two. There's two drones in that room.
Okay.
They are not moving towards you. They are opening the emergency shutter thing that you.
So it was the
Close,
drones. It
yeah.
wasn't people.
Mhm.
Okay.
Thanks for bringing that up. I until I get used to it, I need you guys. I really appreciate you guys self-advocating for stunts. So thank you very much.
I sort of just was like, wait, I did something good
No, that's good. I really appreciate
with
that.
3. Yeah.
Okay, guys. We're gonna get at least one more session out of this dick ship. At least one.
Dick ship.
All right.